Hi, Brian Swan here for our advanced concept presentation week 7. We're going to be talking about the drug lovastatin, excuse me, and how it helps lower cholesterol. Here we have the structure of lovastatin with a particular ring marked out, which we'll associate here in a second. Um, Lovastatin is a medication to help reduce low density lipoproteins or your LDL cholesterol. If you're old like me, you get lab works done every year and you have LDLs and HDLs. LDLs are the bad ones, HDLs are the good ones. Um, LDL has long been associated with atherosclerosis, which is basically a buildup of plaque in the arteries where you have fatty acids and stuff that travel through your arteries. One catches on something on the sidewall, and then another one catches, and it eventually builds up over time, which can eventually create a blockage in an artery and cut off blood flow. Especially bad coming out of the aorta and the descending arteries into the heart, because that cuts off oxygen supply to the heart, which can then cause ischemia and ultimately a heart attack. So statins are a class of drugs that are meant to prevent the buildup of the plaque in the arteries. So specifically in the pathway, it prevents the production of mevalonate, which is right here. And mevalonate is a required building block for the cholesterol biosynthesis. And we can look down here and see the mevalonate pathway. We have acetyl coenzyme of A that starts it. We have the HMG, which is the 3-hydroxy 3-methylglutarol CoA. Use HMG to shorten this name. So you'll see this is a lot of steps where mevalonate is produced and goes through, and eventually, if you look down here, squalene is produced, which is then turned into cholesterol. So really, it's this pathway that leads to the buildup of cholesterol, or the creation of cholesterol. And the idea is if we can prevent this pathway with the drug, then we'll reduce the levels of the LDL. So here in this, you can see there's a statin right here. Do I have my, yes, I do. And I'll point it out. Right here is where the drug actually interrupts the pathway. But to explain a little further what happens, let's here we go. So, and normally this is 3-hydroxyl 3-methylglutarol is HMG. This is the structure of it. The coenzyme, or it's reduced by HMG coenzyme of A reductase. So that's reduced to form the mevalonate. So here are the structures in the path that correlates basically to this step and getting us going down here. So let's go back to where the drug is going to interact. So lovastatin is a prodrug. It is administered in its native state in an inactive form, which is not uncommon. You get it into the body in a form that it can then make its way through the body. But then, so it's in its inactive form with a gamma lactone closed ring. So as it's metabolized, lovastatin is hydrolyzed to the B-hydroxyl acid open ring form. And so that now makes the drug actually active in the liver. And here is where it blocks the enzyme 3-hydroxyl coenzyme of A. So in this pathway, it gets stopped right here because the statin has interfered. And it does that by binding with the HMG coenzyme of A reductase. So once it binds with that, the step can't proceed. So basically, it interferes right here. So blocking the pathway of cholesterol synthesis reduces the overall fatty acid content flowing through the blood and prevents the buildup of plaque. And as someone who is probably much older in this class, I've been on a statin for many years. My cholesterol level was up one time, and my doctor put me on it. But and normally the magic number is 200. So if you're over 200, then you usually have to go on a statin. My last annual labs came back. I exercise a lot, pretty consistent now. And with the statin and exercise, I actually got my cholesterol level down below 100 for the first time ever. So they're effective, and exercise helps a lot too. So this was I never knew the biology behind it all until this exercise. So it was great to do and make this recording and learn something. Thanks.